Hello there, this is me, Darkaz93, and this is going to be a Pretty Rhythm Rainbow Live Episode 9 review. Now, basically, the episode starts off inside of Prismstone, but what happens is they get an invitation. This invitation then says, Prismstone is invited to go to a, not Diacron, Prismstone is invited to come to a Edo Rose recital that they're going to be hosting. So that's a good thing. And Naru and An just think it's a fantastic thing because it's going to get them so much exposure. But Ito has, has her doubts and is like, they're probably up to something. But what happened with them including Rinne to go, so basically, Ito's worried about it. Like, she's worried that they're up to something. But Sato and Ku and everyone else, well, they say, all right, let's go. And they go. So what happens is they get there, and while they're all talking and such, I guess Rinne just slips for some reason or another. She just slips from the crowd and just walks off. They all notice it, and then they all go looking for her. Now what happens is An's looking for her, but then she's in a tree. So what happens is they're all looking around for Rinne, trying to find her and such. And what happens is at one point Rinne meets Otoha. She doesn't really talk to her or anything. She just walks by. And then An sees Otoha, asks her, and then she's like, "Oh, you must mean the girl that just passed by. She went that way," and then she runs off. So then what happens is they don't find Rinne at all. But what happens is then they're scheduled to go on. They're scheduled to perform. Prismstone scheduled to perform. So what happens is Naru and Rinne get into the gear. Ito isn't going to perform. She's just in her usual clothing. Which, one thing about the clothing, it's actually pretty cool. Of course, Naru's outfit was the same as hers. I believe it was in episode 8, if I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong. But for, for Ito and then for An, their designs for their clothes were actually pretty cool. Were actually pretty good as well. I'm not going to lie. It's good to see... it's good to see the main characters in different clothing, because most of the time you see them in the usual clothing and such, which we still do, and I'm pretty sure they still will be, but it's good to see a different change of pace early in the series to just, like, mix it up a little bit. But that was just a little thing I thought about. Now what happens is then when An and Naru and Ito go walk up to Beru, Wakana, and Ito, Beru, Wakana, and Beru, Wakana, and Otoha. There we go. Beru, Wakana, Ito. I'm sorry. But when they walk up to him, they're behind the stage and they're about to go on. And Wakana then says, Hey, here's the deal. I want to have a battle with you. I want to have a prism battle. Or a prism show battle. And basically, since you're already in your gear and I'll get my gear on, here's the deal. If whoever loses will have to quit prism shows entirely. Like, just entirely, just leave it all on the floor and just leave. Of course, Naru is scared about An not losing, but scared about An, and basically tells her not to do it. But of course, An's has like a little rivalry with Wakana because of the My Song and such. And An says, "Well, sure, let's go." So basically, what happens is An and Wakana then go on stage. And they're about to perform and such, and Wakana is introducing An, who's from Prismstone, started up and such. But what happens is it was already cloudy out. It was like very dark and cloudy out. And what happens is it starts to downpour. Now, of course, that means Wakana and An have to get off stage. Now, when they get off stage, they're all mad about it. They're not mad about it, but they choose to hold it off until the rain's done or such. But what happens is then for some odd reason, a song starts playing. Everyone looks out, and it's Rinne dancing on the ice. Now, for Rinne to be dancing on the ice is a bit not weird, but a bit shocking a little bit, because I don't. If you expected it, congratulations to you, but I sure didn't. And she just goes on. She goes on and she skates, just skating to her heart's content. But her dance was different than any other dance I've seen on Pretty Rhythm, because Pretty Rhythm, every single dance we've seen has been confined on a stage, like a stage, small stage. We always see the stage behind him. For Rinne, it was different. She was just skating on what looked to be a pond or something, and just started skating around like it were her own personal ice rink, and just freely with those wings of hers, just stretch them out and just skate along like she usually like any, like, I don't know. It's just weird to see it like that, like a free form skate instead of just like on stage, just standing there dancing. So that was a good change of pace. But the jumps didn't change. She did the same ones. She did Star Splash, Golden Star Magic, Stardust Shower, and then Rainbow Tail. Rainbow Tail. And basically, that was about the dance. But one thing I want to note about the dance, Rinne didn't have to go into the Prism Show world to change her clothing. She changed it on the fly. Like, she was just standing there, stretched her arms out, and she had her uniform on. What happened is then a white light came out, like, that encompassed her body, and it changed back to her usual uniform. So, again, it could be a different world, maybe, that she came from, where it just, you can do that automatically, instead of just going to the Prism Show world, or it could have just been for time purposes. I don't know, but that's one little thing that caught me about about Rinne's dance. But besides that, then they all went home. And that was basically the end of the episode. Like, Wakana said, "We'll settle this some other time," and An's like, "All right, we'll do it. We'll do it that other time." And that's basically encompasses like the whole episode. Now, I like this episode a lot. I don't know if I said this at the beginning of the whole entire review, but I liked it a lot because, again, it showed Rinne dancing. It showed a little sense of rivalry between Prism Stone and Edo Rose. It was possible to see a fight between Wakana's actual first dance, but we got Rinne's first dance instead, which was A-okay with me. And just the fact that, like I said, Rinne's free form of like skating around, not confined to a stage, which is actually pretty cool, not gonna lie. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys later.